going on an inner journey so we can build beautiful relationships. A lot of times when my clients come to me, they may say, Claudia, my parents are always judging me, criticizing me, forcing me to do what they want, and I'm sick and tired of it. What should I do? Or some may say to me, hey Claudia, all I really want is for my parents to love me and support me, and yet I feel like they're always hurting me. And so today I want to share with you why this inner journey is so important and why I am so passionate in sharing this with you. I would like to just invite you to imagine that this is your parents and this is you. And when you were first born and when you were growing up, they have their own expectations from the outside of how a family should look like, of what a parent should look like. So all they really want is to have a loving family like this, okay, where you're doing something and you respond back, and it's like a family unit. So, but what happens is, let's say you are doing something that they don't approve of, they may yell at you, they may hurt you, or they may turn away from you, so that you will change to say, oh, I'm so sorry, and then you come back together. So you're very dependent on each other to be in a loving unit. Now what happens is, once you start growing up and you have your idea of what you want to do with your lives, to make your own decisions, you start changing, and this is you now, and your parents, what they want from before is not fitting with each other. So the more you have your own ideas, the more they're going to try to use their previous tactics to try to change you, but it's not working anymore. So you imagine that both of you are very rigid beings, and you're always headbutting each other, always having conflicts, yelling at each other, or walking away from each other, ignoring each other. So that's the first part, is to realize. The three part of the inner journey is to realize that this is happening. The second part is to separate the two of you. Let's forget your parents for a moment. Let you come back to yourself, to ask yourself, hey, what do I need? What do I really need? I want love, support, acknowledgement. Now, we can't depend on our parents to give that to us, so we have to somehow find ways to give that to ourselves. We may have to find people who can give that to us, or we may actually have to give that to ourselves, reframe our mindset so that we can feel loved, appreciated, acknowledged. Okay, and the other thing is, we also have to trust ourselves, know what we want, know who we are, so that we can be a secure yet flexible being. We become a secure yet flexible being, because once you feel loved and fulfilled, and when you know yourself, you're grounded in your knowing, so you're very secure. Even other people yelling at you is not gonna change, and yet you're very flexible because of you have allowed yourself to be who you are. You're also allowing other people to be who they are. So that's the second part. So then the third part comes, is to you go back out to reconnect with other people. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your kids, right? So now that you come back out to reconnect, because you're now flexible and you see them for who they are, you just love them for who they are. And as you keep pouring your love to them, what happens is they may start changing. They're like, oh, Claudia is this way right now, and I like that. What has she done? Or maybe they are never going to change, but you're just going to love them for who they are. Now, granted, maybe they can still be doing hurtful things to you, and you may have to say, okay, I'm secure and flexible, and I love them, but I may have to love them from afar. Okay, but you still have your own decision. But we're just trying to connect back to the people who are closest to us. And so what we're doing is, we're the generation cycle breakers, because from previous generations, they may be in conflict with each other, trying to work out to be a family unit, and the trauma gets passed on and passed on and passed on, and now you're like, no, I'm not going to take all that BS anymore. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to be in my knowing, so that we're the generation that breaks all of those previous things. And the thing is, we're going to pass this on to our next generation to say, hey, I love you and I believe in you. I believe that you have your own decisions. I believe that you can fall down and get back up. And I'm going to show you how, because I have done it. And so our children and our grandchildren will have their own secure and flexible being, so that they can love other people, or if other people try to hurt them, they can protect themselves. And if, let's say, they come across things that are difficult in life and they fail and they fall, they can have the resilience to get back up. So that's why we are going to pass this new being on to the next generation. And that's where the inner work comes. The inner work is understanding that this is happening, the conflict is happening. We come back to know ourselves, to love ourselves, and then we're going to reach back out to reconnect with the people we love. So that, because now that we are in this position, we're changing the lives that is closest to us, and the people who have been affected by us, they're also changing lives around them. And so this work that you're going on is going to spread. That's why it's so beautiful, and that's why I am in this work for myself. And I believe everyone deserves this, because everyone deserves to feel love, to feel that they know and can stand in their own knowing. So I definitely encourage you to go on this journey for yourself. If you don't resonate with my content, I still encourage you to go and look for other therapists or other coaches who you resonate with, so that you can do this work for yourself. Because the end goal is not to be in a fight against your parents or against other people. It's not me against them. It's to rebuild that connection with each other. And that's the whole goal of doing this inner work. So whenever you're ready to go on this journey, and if you resonate with what I have to say, I would love for you to book a time with me so we can do this together. Because I do know that part of this work can be very difficult and can feel like it's very lonely. So I'm right here to walk alongside you. That's all I have for today. I'll see you next time.